let's go down the Capitals Rangers series here. Um, so that the Capitals snagged that last playoffs or the last wild card spot, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, can we talk about how that happened real quick? Because
yeah.
it was ridiculous. So it came down to the last night of the season. The scenarios were the Flyers, to have any chance, needed to get a win in regulation and have Detroit get no points. Washington just needed a win. Detroit needed Washington to lose and for them to win. But if Detroit got any point at all, Philadelphia was out.
Yep.
And Philadelphia and Washington were playing each other. So,
and Philly needed the win
down,
in regulation. Did you already say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Philly, yes. And it's coming down to the last few minutes of that Philly game at the same time as it's coming down to the last 30 seconds of the Habs Detroit game. And as the Philly game is in Philly Washington game is in a TV timeout with 3.5 minutes left, tied 1-1. Tortorella pulls Philly's goalie while they're tied because they need the regulation win. But as the play is starting up again in Philly's game, Detroit ties it with 3 seconds left. So it's going to overtime. They're getting a point. Philadelphia is eliminated. But there was only a minute or 40 seconds of gap after that happened before Washington scored in Philly's empty net before they found out about them being eliminated already. So Washington got their win to advance to the playoffs and eliminate Detroit because Philly pulled their goalie thinking they still had a chance to stay in, even though they didn't, because Detroit had gotten a point for going to overtime.
Yep.
That's bad.
Which was the most ridiculous way for that all to end.
That's what happens when it's close.
That whole dumbass wild card race in the East where just nobody could decide they wanted to take it. That's how it ended, was by Philly gifting the game to Washington.
That's bad on Philly's coaching staff to not know.
I mean, that's tight.
It doesn't matter for Philly, and also it's not it's a very short window of time, and it's you're focused on your game in that moment. You're at that point in time, all is you need to win in regulation. That's what you got to do, and then once you find out, it's okay. Even if he had found out while the net was still pulled, I don't know if you do throw him back in because you can't.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
You have your team going, So. I don't blame him for that.
But yeah, so
I just thought it was hilarious. That's how it came down to it.
Yeah, so Philly pulls their goalie, and the Capitals make it in to play the President's Trophy winning New York Rangers.
The negative 37 goal differential, Washington Capitals.
Worst in the history of the NHL to make it to the playoffs with that.
Here's the problem with the Rangers. Is what you just said.
We got a problem, do we?
Oh, they won the President's Trophy.
They won the President's Trophy.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
What's the President's Trophy? Who's had the worst luck with the President's Trophy curse? The team that they're playing.
I mean, yeah, that's not.
They flipping? Is Washington flipping the script? Are they going to do what the 2010 Habs did to them?
I was gonna say the worst luck with the President's Trophy either goes to Lightning or Bruins.
Yeah, honestly, more recently.
But the Capitals way more. They won way more President's Trophies and never.
They did a whole
won.
bunch of that for good stretches of Ovechkin's career at different times, early 2010s, then late 2010s.
They did. They did a lot of regular season winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't think so. The Rangers are too good. They're gonna stack up. And the Capitals team. Yeah, while they have Ovi, we were talking about it last week. They're just old.
Yeah.
And Kemper's not great. He's obviously Swiss cheese if you let up that much goals all season long.
Well, that's the thing. That's not their goalie anymore. Charlie Lindgren is.
Oh, that's right.
He's been stellar all year. He's got a 9-11 on the year. He's I can't remember his exact record, but he's taken the crease, and
I'll tell you, Ben.
I'm bitter about it, Mark Bergevin again, because he gave up on Charlie Lindgren. But
he has 6 shutouts in 50 games and a 9/11 save percentage. Yeah.
And I know one of those shutouts came against the Rangers because I was listening to a podcast this
Oh.
week
It did.
doing playoff
It did.
previews, and I know that they said that.
This is the
So-
weird. This is the weird part
Interesting.
about this series. So the Rangers did not lose a lot this season, obviously.
Yeah.
The season series between the two teams is 2-2. Believe it or not, the Capitals did beat them 2 times. And with this season, the way it has gone, it's tough to beat the Rangers 2 times for sure. And I know obviously it's the regular season, it's different than the playoffs. But I think it'll be at least in like more interesting than people give it credit for. However, I also am going to choose the Rangers because, yeah, like you said, Nick, it's just like the Rangers are stacked. I mean, you look at their roster. Also, Philip Hedl could be coming back for the start of playoffs.
That's
So
big.
that gives them even more forward depth, which it's like you already have so much forward depth.
Right.
And Peter Laviolette was the Capitals head coach for the past 3 seasons, and he is now the Rangers head coach.
Yeah,
So I feel like that's
he's
kind of
reading them
interesting.
like
He
a
is
book. He knows
yeah,
what they're
he's
gonna
like,
do.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, these are their tendencies. Watch out for this shit."
Actually, you
and
know
then-
what? If anything, it'd be the opposite.
yeah.
Listen,
It'd be
this is
the
what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see. What is it? Rempy? Is that that
Oh,
kid's
the
name?
big guy. Yeah.
yeah.
I want to
big
see him
bastard.
fight Tom Wilson. That's all I care about.
Look
Honestly,
at his
That's
shit
good.
rocked. He's been fighting a lot, but the thing is, he hasn't been winning
yeah.
like any
I know
of
he's
them.
not a good fighter.
He's got-
I
but he's-
agree. I know he's not a good fighter.
but he's got so much reach that he can almost make it work if he just holds them out. If he can keep them like out enough, it almost
Yeah.
works.
And the last thing I will say about this series is so I'm gonna choose the Rangers in 6 is my prediction. But if I wasn't being realistic, if I was doing the Ben approach and doing a vibes based bracket, I'd say Sonny Milano and the Caps get him in 4. It's crazy.
Get him
Sonny
in
Milano
4?
takes
Get him in
down
4.
takes down his
Get him in 4.
childhood's team, his
Yeah.
childhood team's
Rival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take him down.
But that's not gonna happen unless Sonny Milano decides that it should. But
Did you
I
say
have
in
no control
4?
over
Did
that.
I just?
Yeah,
hear
I
that?
said 4.
Yeah.
All right, dang,
Yeah.
that's very vibey.
Which is why my actual pick is Rangers and 6.
I didn't know the season series was that close. 2-2. That is impressive that they got 2 wins against them. But I gotta go Rangers. It's a best of 7.
Yeah.
It's right in a row. It's tougher hockey. You've got the older team over there. President's Trophy curse is a thing, but it doesn't always mean that you have to lose in the first round.
Right. It can mean
So-
second or third. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm going Rangers. Rangers in this one. They got a better team. So
Yeah.
Benny.
I mean, I'll keep it. Yeah, Rangers. I don't have much else to say. This it's not a good Caps team. Like
It's not.
it's even
it's quite
all
bad.
of the Caps fans I follow on Twitter are like, oh wow, this is probably not going to be great. Like it's Rangers.